Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Price Links. My name is Phil Flynn. I'm Senior Market Analyst at the Price Futures Group, as well as a Fox Business Network contributor, where you get the power to prosper. I'm going to bring back one of my favorite guests. My favorite guest and your favorite guest, based upon the emails that I get from all my clients. Frank Petricca, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise known as a long-term Frank, a man who has a very good philosophy on trading and one that everybody loves. Frank, great to have you back, my man.
Great to see you, Phil.
It's good to see you as well.
Great to see you, man.
Good to see you as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're talking a little bit on the air. It seems like you have kind of a big call coming up on a market that I kind of follow kind of closely. What market might that be?
First, I want to get through something that you and I did last year.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I got a signal, remember, to sell the RBOB.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
And we were in a meeting, and you said, da, 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 da. This is why I think you're right, Frank.
Right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Well, we sold the RBOB.
Uh-huh.
Okay? The two of us.
Okay.
And we covered at 138.
Wow.
It was the trade of the year.
It was a fantastic trade. And that came when we had record gasoline demand. Everybody was driving like crazy.
Oh, my God.
And it was a great call on the air, and I agreed with it.
Yeah.
A fantastic call.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, we had a report from the Energy Information Administration. They're talking about gasoline prices. They're saying retail prices are going to go even lower, that they're going to be below $2 a gallon. They're at an 8-year low. America's got to love that.
I'll tell you, Phil, it's no better for crude.
No better for crude, really?
Well, really, I think, we've got an oversupply going on right now a little bit.
We do, a little bit. China.
Okay. Nigeria.
What about China and Nigeria?
I don't know. They're producing a lot of oil right now.
No, actually, I don't know if you saw the latest reports out of China. There was a Bloomberg story that said that their oil production has actually fallen pretty dramatically.
The master.
There you go. It just came out today. He probably didn't get it. It just came across the wire. So there you go.
Well,
I cheated. I checked the wire before I came out. Anyway, but yeah.
Well, again,
well,
instead of selling the RBOB in the upper 25%, we're buying crude oil.
Yes, I like that.
In the lower 25%, the long-term trading range, and my long-term formula turned up last week.
And you had you were short, you were bearish on oil, and you've turned the corner.
Exactly.
Nice.
We talked about it.
We did.
And I told you in one of our videos that I couldn't wait to buy crude oil.
Yeah.
And we've waited.
Yeah.
We've waited a couple of years.
Yeah.
To buy crude oil.
Right.
And
you were young back then when you
here's what's so cool.
Yeah.
You're bullish.
I'm very bullish.
So there we go. We've got the same scenario.
I like the same scenario. Woo! I like it.
That we had. With the RBOB.
And yours is, purely technical. You look at the long-term ranges on these commodities, and you see when they get, buy high, sell low, and when they're in the lower 20%, it's time to start getting bullish.
I want to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
What do you think is most bullish about crude, fundamentally?
Fundamentally, right now, it's the $1 trillion in capital spending that has been cut from the U.S. energy countries. Okay. The fact that U.S. The oil discoveries are at the lowest level in 50 years. They're not looking for oil. Companies don't have money to invest. And global demand is rising. We're going to see record demand. We're going to consume more oil next year than we ever have before.
Right. Well, there you go. I think we might have a good one. No guarantees.
No.
But I have a chart that you've got to see.
I want to see it.
And if you guys can call me, I'll send it to you. It's in my letter this week.
There you go. Okay, good.
My vision for the bullish crude oil scenario is the weak dollar.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. I think that that's really what's going to propel crude oil prices.
There's no doubt the dollar has had a big influence on it, and because of Fed policy and everything.
It's not rocket science. In June of 2008, this is really interesting. Crude oil topped at 147.
Correct.
Remember?
I remember it vividly.
Where was the dollar? On its lows.
Right.
The same month.
Yep.
At 70.80.
Yeah, and because the U.S. economy was falling apart, everybody was running away from the U.S. dollar because we were raising rates and Europe was lowering rates.
Right. And that basically was the commodity boom as well. We saw, silver prices, commodities go through the roof.
Yeah.
Back then, and that was a little bit before the crisis.
Right.
But my point is that the commodity index is up right now. We should be buying commodities. Call me.
Yeah. I think this is the man to call. He's made some great calls on the RBOB, on the oil, and I happen to agree with him. I mean, if you look at the data, Fed can't raise rates. That's going to mean that the dollar is overvalued. And if you agree with long-term Frank, give them a call. And thanks for being here. What's the best number to call you, Frank?
312-286-9320. Visit my website to get my letter, longtermfrank.com.
And make sure you keep tuning in the price links. Thanks again.
Thank you.